As you all know, the live-action Lion King is just around the corner. So instead of going to a remake that I know is going to be inferior to the original, I'm just going to go back and watch the original. And seeing how today is the movie's 25th anniversary, what better way to celebrate than an official review? Hello there everybody, it's me, the Canadian Movie Buff, with a review of 1994's The Lion King. When this movie came out, it was at the peak of the Disney Renaissance. This was the movie that proved just how much of a powerhouse Disney animated films could be at the box office. Before Frozen came along, this movie was the highest grossing Disney animated film of all time, grossing over $900 million worldwide. As the remake draws near, I can't help but wonder, is that movie as good as I recall it? Or did I enjoy it simply because I grew up with it? After all, I've said in conversations that it's my favorite movie of all time, second only to Inception. No better way to validate that claim than giving a proper review. And aside from a few bumps here and there, it is just as good as I remember. With the opening scene, we are suckered right into this beautiful animation. Just looking at this movie, and looking more specifically at the animals, it blends the line between a realistic drawing of an animal and a cartoon version of an animal. The animations are exaggerated for the sake of the art form, but the look and design of the animals feel very lifelike. Don't get me started on that voice acting. The booming, commanding voice of James Earl Jones is a nice contrast to the scratchily and soft-spoken voice of Jeremy Irons. Their first bits of dialogue are proof that these characters were made for these voices. The iconic pairing makes it almost impossible to imagine anyone else voicing the character. Now at the time, Rowan Atkinson was still mainly known for his Mr. Bean character, someone who never spoke other than the occasional "ho-ho." So to have him voice a character was an interesting change for the actor and for audiences who only knew Rowan Atkinson for that particular character. Atkinson puts on a stereotypical Hand of the King type of voice, but he takes that no-nonsense respects for rules character and combines it with his own sarcastic wit, not only making him just a stand-in, but a character in his own right. And the music. Let me tell you about the music. Hans Zimmer? Well, he's a master. Oh wait, I just realized that Hans Zimmer does the score for both of my all-time favorite movies. Interesting. From the quiet melodies to play out, to the thunder of the wildebeest stampede, to the breathtaking opening of the sunrise, to the epic horns that play during the final fight. Every note in this movie was exactly where it needed. And wow, it still blows my mind every time I hear a piece of the score. Of course, you know I can't forget about original songs by Elton John and Tim Rice. Those guys were essentially told to make a Shakespeare play a musical, and they did a really good job. With all this coming together, it really makes for a truly wonderful animated film. I have to admit, I didn't think Simba had the best adult voice. I know Matthew Broderick gets hated on a bit, but they probably could have gone for a better actor. The voice fits in better when it's scenes with Timon and Pumbaa or when he's more of a comedic character. But when he's trying to be serious, you know, have that big, "you killed my father" moment, it doesn't feel like there's much of an impact there. At this point, Disney was moving away from hand-drawn to computer animation, and some of the CGI doesn't hold up like it used to. Not distractingly bad, but it is noticeable. 25 years later, does The Lion King hold up? Absolutely. What, you thought I was going to say this movie sucks? I just think it's important that we help newer generations discover the animated ones. Heck, even if the remake isn't of an animated film, help them discover the original films. Because unfortunately, we're just going to keep getting remake after remake after remake until they decide, okay, we've had enough money. And that is never going to happen. Wouldn't be surprised in, I don't know, 10, 15 years time, we're going to get the live-action remake of Frozen. Lion King is just as incredible as you remembered it, and it is a total incrediblast. Alright, that's my review of The Lion King. Have you rewatched it yet? If not, watch it today, or see it on July 19th. Let me know your thoughts by commenting down below, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you're new here. And as always, this is the Canadian Movie Buff saying I hope you had a fantastic weekend at the movies, and there are going to be more classic reviews coming. See ya!